We had actually believed a couple of months earlier that the vaccination rates do go up, and then also in the wake of that, the economy being one of those reopening, and given that the market is clearly a laggard also on a global scale, right, and you have a bit of a catch-up trade. Now I have to admit that it is taking longer. Right? We would have hoped that by now we're seeing some signs of a reopening being possible, and vaccination rates are going up. But yeah, we may have to shift that view by one quarter. But nonetheless, the fact remains that the market hasn't really done much this year at all. So reopening is a theme for Japan. Reopening also globally, right, with exports being a theme on Japan. So yeah, we think it is sort of postponed rather than not happening.
How would you tackle as an investor and seize the opportunities in Japan's increasing pivot towards sustainable, sort of ESG-oriented investing?
Yes, that is a very important topic, interesting topic also for Japan, also for the region, so Asia, including Japan, broader, and it spans many sort of more obvious ones. Certainly on the Japan side, we need to mention, of course, the card chains and also the components around the card chains, where we have very, very strong players, and in fact, world-leading players. So that is certainly a structurally very interesting theme. If we look a bit broader, also across Asia, we have on the China side, we have again pretty much the global solar, certainly the upstream solar industries consolidated there with very strong market shares. So across, and then of course battery makers. So we think across the region, including Japan, have so many world market leaders or emerging leaders that can be world market leaders that you can structure an entire portfolio with a view on this.
Okay, interesting. Hartmut, you are also looking at being selective in investment-grade bonds. Are you talking about sovereign bonds, corporate bonds, and in what categories?
Yeah, probably also here in China. The whole space, investment grade is not something we prefer a lot. We don't think, ahead of tapering, so potentially the base rates going up is necessarily a space given the yields that are on offer. But yeah, I would also say here, some of the really, really strong property ones could be interesting. But yeah, if you ask me, I would still go for the high yield opportunities in APAC first.